Hey, welcome back to Bear Squared. On this channel we simplify educational tech. In today's video I'm going to show you the benefits of using an iPad from a student's perspective.
The top 5 reasons I could think of that why I choose to use the iPad rather than use my books, the books for my classes. I have 7 subjects, all required books, all I have to bring in almost every day, either to revise during break, to use during class. And that kind of like builds up a lot of weight in my bag. Not only that, it's hard to remember, oh, did I bring my math book? It's like more stress on you or on me specifically. Because I'm like, oh, what class do I have today? Ready that, make sure I have my books, make sure I have the right materials for the books. And then I decided, why don't I use an iPad? And then I got an iPad, and now I use it for almost every subject that I have. Going from art, to digital media to create the art that I want, to math, solving math equations, creating charts, graphs, to English, reading books on the iPad. I could do almost everything on the iPad. The versatility of the iPad. There's so many applications that I can use, every need that I would possibly think of.
We can even have protagonists who stay static throughout. They don't grow, they don't learn, and nothing happens to them. With COVID interrupting like our normal teaching processes, one of the things that we've had to do is online or digital annotation. And that's such a key skill for students to learn within language and literature, is how to annotate poetry, how to annotate articles, and looking for the key features of those text types. And so Nicolas has been using his iPad regularly when we've been doing annotation. We studied a collection of poems from Caroline Duffy, and being able to write directly on a digital copy of those was really beneficial for Nicolas, and also I imagine for the whole class if we had access to iPads. We've also done some recent studies of artists, and I had the students kind of copy or emulate an artist called Cold War Steve, who's a satirical artist, and Nicolas used his iPad in order to create a collage piece of satire, and it was very, very easy for him to do that. A little bit more difficult for the other students on the computers, but that's how he's been using it in class. And of course we're trying to provide everything sort of digitally for students, so having access to an iPad or a computer is really important.
So I think one of the benefits with Nicolas working on the iPad in visual arts is the flexibility that it gives him. Usually in a process of painting or drawing, many times you can't undo something or you can't go back to something that you have done before. Where Nicolas works in layers, he can go back to a stage that he did in the very beginning and edit something or change something. So it makes the process much easier. And in a way it makes it more creative, because it's easier for students to take risks when they work in this way, because they're not so afraid that they're making a mistake, because they can easily undo it, they can go backwards and just reverse it, or go back to any stage in their process. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits.
If I need something to create a chart, create a graph, there's an app for that. If I need to write, take notes, there's an app for that. Change photos into text, there's an app for that. There's so many things that's some of the main reasons that I prefer to use an iPad. Versatility.
EdTech is an integral part of education and empowering students. If you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share it with a colleague or maybe even a student friend that you may know. And if you're interested in simplified educational tech, then consider subscribing. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.